Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Second beer of the night. This one's a tribute to TAIT MICALLEF. He's known as Big Dog. So he was a bit of a legend in the Sydney craft beer scene. I think he ran a store in St. Peter's. I'll read what it says on the back anyway. So this is a beer tributed to him. It's going to be hard to read. A Russian Imperial Stout aged on Barossa Shiraz wine barrel staves. In loving memory of TAIT Big Dog MICALLEF. A life taken far too soon. TAIT was a stalwart of the Sydney craft beer scene, having run the Barrel and Batch, formerly Liquor Emporium at St. Peter's for 13 years. He leaves behind his partner, Yas, I think it says, and darling daughter, Harlow. Cheers, Big Dog. This one's for you. Rest easy, mate. So yeah, I love this sort of thing. It's cool, like. And the thing is Bacchus of Brisbane, I dare say that they just had a good connection with him. Like they would have done like dealings over the years, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, cool can artwork. He looks like a fella that's like larger than life. Would have been a good character. And yeah, it's 10.7%. So she's pretty big. So yeah, it's a Russian Imperial Stout with Shiraz staves. Yeah, Bacchus are out of Capalaba in Brisbane. Yeah, this has only just come out. I think it was, yeah, because I remember it being a pre-order. I got it at a store in Sydney. I just thought that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, in the chat we have Rusty. Good to see you, brother. We've got Evie again. We got Hank again. Yeah, rest in peace to Big Dog. He's probably in all honesty, because I've had a lot to do with the beer scene in Australia in general, he's probably the sort of fella I've chatted to and even shared a beer with, but just didn't know. Yeah, but I'm sure there's people here that watch my stuff, especially that are based in Sydney, that have probably went to his store and know him pretty well. Cheers, Angie. Good to see you, mate. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Should be a big banger. I've already had a beer that was 8.5%. This one's 10.7. So on a school night, I'm going to be pretty lit. I've got my hashtag proper glassware, Carwin Cellars. Carwin have done a lot of dealings with Bacchus over the years, so I thought appropriate glassware. Drink, drink, drink. You know it. Let's get into it. So yeah, wine barrel stout's not a very common thing. You do see them a bit, but I think with the Russian Imperial, because it's so rich and roasty, it'll probably work. It's going to be all about that balance. One thing I've always liked with Bacchus, they've got the same can artwork. Like it's always that same top with the gold and then just a different label down the bottom. So yeah, it looks pretty nice in the glass. One thing, like, yeah, when it's a stout, it looks good with the, like, if you took a photo of them together, it's like they're the same colours. So yeah, it's probably not quite black. It's probably like a really dark brown. Yeah, like a beige head, probably 1 to 2 finger. Carbonation's light. Body medium. Let's go with. Oh, it smells good. So I'm getting dark chocolate, biscuit, dark fruit. Maybe a touch of like you're obviously getting like red grape, but there may be like a touch of like a dark cherry, like prune, plum, something like that. Did I say coffee? There's a little touch of coffee there. Coffee. Get it in ya. Get it in ya. It's not like molasses or licorice or anything like that. Sometimes you get them in Russian Imperials. But in saying that, I'm only smelling, I'm not tasting yet. Slightly woody. Don't we all, Evie? I especially love it at 3 a.m. when I work at 4. Angie, baby! When he said Angie, baby, he licked his lips. Top of the tongue, teeth, and lips. Let's do this. Product placement, logo at the front. Cheers, legends. Oh, that is nice. That is a perfect ale for a cold, wet night. Wet, moist. Oh, it's very rich and roasty. Just keeps lingering. Woo. So yeah, Russian Imperial Stout. It's always very, very like roasty and bitter. They can be a bit much for some people, but when you're a strong ape man like myself, you love them. Just so big. Dark chocolate, roasted coffee, uh, caramel's there, but it's like a sort of a yeah, like a burnt toffee. It's got that slight charriness to it, like brown sugar. Yeah, you're getting dark fruit from the malt, and you're obviously getting like yeah, like red wine character from the staves. You're getting some woody character as well. There's a touch of sort of like a almost like a nutmeg or something like that, like a spice. But yeah, the balance is pretty good. If I sort of feel like the body would be if the body was a bit thicker, it'd be awesome. It's a little bit light, but yeah, like as far as fruity character goes, I feel like there's like a dark cherry or something there, as well as like the red grape. Very nice. Yeah, for sure. I am a fucking legend. You got that right. Remember the stream we did when we sort of first got to know each other, and we had some random on a panel with us, and he was asking people about who they were and what they did and that. I just remember him saying to me, he goes, "Oh, Sam, you in Australia there, what's your story?" And I just said, "I'm a fucking legend, mate." And you all started killing yourselves laughing. Yeah, Alex, the beer master, that's it. I don't know who the guy was. He was some random guy that we've never really had anything to do with. I remember you were there, Dan from FLX, Alex. Who else was there? Maybe Eric or someone like that. Oh, I think Chatty-O might have been there. It's pretty funny anyway. The good old days. Yes. So yeah, I'm already feeling well lubricated. 2 beers and I'm done. Alex keeps having fucking randoms on there. Whatever happened to bloody his mate? He's gone missing. I think one of my dogs is having a bad dream. Speaking of dreams, Jackie, you right, bud? Jackie. Now he's right. He's like, it's okay. The dream I was having about my master, he's okay. He's talking to me. They reckon 90% of dreams dogs have are about their owners and something bad happening to them. Well, I mean, as in when they have nightmares. Obviously, they dream good stuff as well. I love when you see dogs dreaming and they're like running in their sleep. I don't think I'd be dreaming about beer. Yes, I love beer, but there's better stuff to dream about than that. I'll dream about not working. Dream about being at gigs every day and never having to work. Or dream about swimming in the ocean and it's nice warm weather. Or I'm at a Vikings game in Tottenham. Let's pour some more. Yeah, it's one of the best things you can do. It's why I've definitely missed my hometown. All I did as a kid over summer was go to the beach every day. It's definitely a part of my life. I've definitely miss. Just something like, I don't know, just something tribal about, yeah, just going in the water and just floating, and yeah, it's fucking awesome. I used to love it even more when I'd go with Angus because he was such a good swimmer and yeah, just not afraid of anything. But the only shit thing was is when I'd swim out real deep, he'd panic thinking I was in trouble, and he'd come up and like trying to save me, but he'd be scratching me and fucking hurting. Yeah, it's an unreal lifestyle. When I went to Fiji, we had a we had a bure on the beach. This is me and one of my mates, and that there was this awesome as reef and coral, like not far offshore. So just every morning we were just going out and exploring, and like yeah, you're spending like 10 hours a day in the water, and you'd just be absolutely cooked by the end of it. You get on the beers and have a massive like feed, and then you'd just be fucked. Oh, it was so cool though. They're definitely awesome types of holidays to have. I feel like if I go to Vietnam, I'm gonna do like I'll do Ho Chi Minh City or one of the big cities, but then I'll go up north and go to one of the coastal areas. So I want to experience the hustle and bustle and like the sort of city living of Vietnam and being able to get real good food for cheap and riding around on a motorbike and just hanging out with people from different nationalities and stuff. But I also want to experience the sort of laid back, yeah, going for swims every day and not a care in the world sort of thing. I should plan it next year. I definitely need to plan a holiday anyway, something to strive for when I go to work every day, busting my ass. I've done Thailand twice and really enjoy it. I don't really have any interest in Bali. Yeah, I feel like next year I'll go to either Vietnam or New Zealand. Obviously, I want to do the States and the UK and that, but they're more like I want to save up good money and do them properly, not just for like a week. Cheers, Craig. This Russian Imperial's pretty well balanced, dude. Real rich and roasty, like dark chocolate, coffee, like sort of a charry, sort of burnt toffee caramel thing, biscuity, and then you're getting yeah like red grape, like woody. It's more staves than an actual proper barrel. Um, and yeah, it's got like a. I feel like it's sort of like dark cherry, prune, that sort of thing, because it's you're getting a lot of that wine character, but yeah, because it's so rich and roasty, the balance is pretty good. So yeah, it's decent beer. As far as percentage goes, it's 10.7. It probably drinks like it's maybe 9 or 10. So it's got a little bit of that sort of warming booze quality. Yeah. Yeah. Asia's just popular with Australians because it's the only place that's not so fucking far away. If I was an American, I wouldn't bother going. Oh, I probably would, but if you're an American, you're more likely to go to like the Caribbean or somewhere like that because it's closer. cool. A nice late night before bed beer. Yeah, exactly. A nice school night beer. See, I had my streams panned out tonight, so I'd be in bed by about 9:30, and it's already fucking 10 o'clock, and I haven't even touched this hardly. Nah, I've travelled enough, Evie, to know what I'm doing as far as that shit goes. I've had some pretty hairy episodes with my travelling, but I like that sort of shit. It keeps you on your toes. I like a bit of a challenge. Most of the times where I've had problems with travelling, it's been because of the person I've been with, not myself. Big dog. That's cool. Yeah. Hawaii used to be a popular destination for Australians, but I don't know. All Aussies seem to go to fucking Bali, and I just don't really care about Bali. Doesn't interest me. You just get a lot of bogan Australians there, and I don't really give a fuck about Indonesian culture. I'd rather go explore other countries, way more countries before I'd go there. I mean, a lot of it's just because it's cheap and it's close as well. Especially if you're in Perth, you get a lot of sort of miners and shit that work in WA, and they can fuck off to Bali for 3 or 4 days and do it on the cheap. Yeah. No, I just feel it's different if you're American, Joey, because they're not really close to you guys. Yeah. The thing that hurts Hawaii and America and that the most now for Australians is the currency difference. People just don't want to go so far away for a holiday, and then everything you're buying is like fucking double in price. Yeah, exactly. It's just where you're located in the world. It's where people go for trips if they don't want to go for too long. And unfortunately, there's fuck all that's close to Australia. So people, it's funny, like when you talk to people from other countries and they're like, oh, when you say you haven't been to Europe, it's like they're real surprised. But it's like if you lived in Australia, you'd know what it's like, why most Australians haven't been to Europe. It's like the most furthest place away. It's like fucking $3,000 just to get there, and then like it's so expensive, so everything's like double the price. Yeah, Italy would be fucking awesome. One thing that's funny when you go to Thailand, if you're in the real touristy areas, You'll be just cruising along somewhere, and all of a sudden there'll be these van things that pull up, and they're going, Monday night, Thai boxing, Monday night. And it'll have two dudes up on top fighting each other as like an exhibition thing. Normally those events are the real shit ones. You go there and it's all like, I don't know, promotional shit quality stuff. I went to some proper like kickboxing events in Thailand. It's fucking unreal. But yeah, it's a real shock when they first come out and they're like little kids, like about 4 years old, just beating the absolute piss out of each other. Yeah, that's part of it too. I think you just got to pick wisely where you go. See, when I've been to Phuket, I've stayed away from Patong, and I'd never go to that other fucking. What's the one that there's one that's real bad with like older men and fucking young girls and stuff. Places like that, I've just got no interest in. Yeah, but yeah, when I've been to Patong, like I love Thailand, but places like Patong, I fucking hate. Like I was in Patong with my girlfriend the second time I went there, and you get girls coming up to you, grabbing your fucking cock and stuff. Like it's just way too full on. All the prices there are like the same price you'd pay back home. It's just over the top touristy. It just looks like you're in a street in America. I don't know. I fucking hate it. I can't stand that shit. It's like, oh, come and visit the Australian bar. No, I want to see shit that's different tobacco. Last time I was in Patong, I had someone punk like slash my tyre on the motorbike. They do it on purpose so you get stranded there and you spend more money. I was going to kick off. I was ready just to fucking knock out about 10 Thai guys. Fuck, I was angry. Thankfully, I found a little garage where the guy looked after me, and I was on my way again. I'm like, I'm never coming to this shithole again. Up in the mountains is where it's at in Thailand, where you live like the locals, and yeah, it's massive difference in culture, and everything's cheap as chips and authentic. The more this warms and the more air that gets to it, it's very red winey. It's almost like you're combining a Shiraz and a Russian Imperial Stout as like a cuvee. I wonder if this big dog fella loved a red wine. Pardon me. Yeah. See, it's in Thailand. It's pretty good with that sort of stuff, but in Bali, yeah, you're getting people coming up to you all the time. Yes. I can't wait to wake up at 4 a.m. It's going to be brilliant. Nothing better when the alarm goes off and you're just looking at it going, would you shut the fuck up? And you can't go back to sleep or else you'll be late for work. And you feel like absolute death because you've had about 2 hours sleep and it was broken. And then you go to work and bust your fucking ass and you got no energy. It's fuck. Yeah. Steve, do you know the band Biffy Clyro? Their new stuff is pretty good, dude. I think they got a new album coming out this week. I think new albums normally come out on a Friday each week, so I think that's when it's coming out. I remember as a kid when I worked at Target, I worked in the music section and the gaming section and like phones and all that sort of shit. And we used to have embargoes on like CDs and shit. They weren't allowed to be sold until the Friday. So I'd unpack all these boxes of CDs and there'd be so many awesome albums and that. And I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. And yeah, you couldn't put them on show until the next day. But yeah, if it was something I was real keen on, I'd just be like, fuck it. I'd buy it on the Thursday night. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the channels I watch on YouTube, the guy's always sort of promoting new music that's coming out and stuff. And he was talking about how good the new Biffy Clyro songs were. So I went and had a listen. I was like, fuck yeah. And I did a chug to one of them last night. And I don't know, something happened. It just didn't take off like most of them do. And they're the sort of band that would normally get like some okay numbers. So yeah, maybe it's just like a copyright thing. It's a song that sort of starts off slow, like a ballad, sort of poppy, and then it gets real funky. It's cool. I'm back in the saddle again. Angie was nude. Naked. He's my brother. Yeah, they sort of got like they got like an indie sound. Sometimes they can get a little bit heavier, but they're sort of like it's almost like progressive rock. It's got sort of a like a funky sort of element to it. But yeah, their new shit sounds pretty good. Top of the morning to you. See, first of all, from the initial smells and tastes, the balance is incredible. As it's warmed, the red wine characters sort of starting to take over a bit. But yeah, I think all in all, I would still say it's well balanced. It's just, yeah, a bit of warmth to it's just changed it slightly. Cheers. Probably won't be going for much longer anyway. Samuel has to get up in 6 hours. With flowers in my hair. Remember that song? Something about a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. Do 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 do. Oh, yes. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Wacko Jacko. Geez, I've got severe yawnies going on. That might be a sign. Go with your son! Let your son lead the way! Someone at work was saying today that in Australia, in a certain amount of time, all the houses that are going to be on the coast are going to be covered by water and all this shit. That's like probably 10,000 years away. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live on Ayers Rock then. Because it's like the very middle of the country and it's a big fucking kick ass rock where you're high off the sea level. I've actually climbed it. But yeah, I don't think you're allowed to now due to Aboriginal culture. I don't know, what would you say? Protective rights. It was actually pretty cool climbing it. You've got this real steep part at the front, and you get up there, and then it's all like this, sort of all the way up. People will get to that front part and go, "Oh, I climbed Ayers Rock." It's like, no, you didn't. You only went about a fucking third of the way. Red, red wine. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I want to live the life of my dogs. I just want to go for the occasional stroll, and then during the day, he just sort of lays around, sleep, just waiting for me to come home. Get 2 feeds a day, couple of bowls of water, a heap of attention late at night. It'd be a good life. It would be a bit boring during the day, but certainly beats going to work. Yeah. Welcome to country. What a crock of shit. Ooh, I feel lit, baby. I want a robot that wakes me up in the morning, just slaps me in the face, and then hands me a fresh coffee. That would be pretty cool. And then he helps Angus around with his arthritis, and he can feed the dogs when I'm not around. I may as well just get him made. Yeah, true. I feel like these days though, you're in because it's so fucking expensive out there. The lady has to work as much as the man does now. None of this single income family bullshit these days. Fuck, it must be a good feeling though when you come home from work and everything's done and sorted and yeah. Does she get out and mingle with people though? That's half the battle. I feel like too many of these people that don't work and stay home and that they don't leave the house and socialise with people. So it just makes them worse. So you'll notice like someone like Angie now, she's a lot happier because she's out doing shit. She's not sitting at home on YouTube all the time, and she's actually out working and interacting with people. Yeah. So it's not good for you mentally just staying home all the time. You were saying she doesn't even like going on holidays, weren't you? Like when you go on a holiday, it's normally just you and your son because she doesn't want to go. That'd suck. I mean, at the end of the day, if I just sat at home and did nothing, I'd fucking hate it as well. But I just want that balance. I just hate busting my ass fucking 50 to 60 hours a week and being absolutely knackered all the time and then not being rewarded with decent money. And yeah, I just want to be, if you're not rewarded for busting your ass for so many hours of work and that, I'd rather just work fucking 3 or 4 days a week and just enjoy some freedom. There's just got to be more to life than working your ass off and giving so much money to the government. Yeah. I bet you though you got really good money and that was able to allow you to buy a house and all that sort of shit. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, that's good. So there's no way in hell a kid that age will be able to buy a house that easily in a lot of places in Australia. Yeah, and then when they are in the office, they want to just fucking take over everything. Just watching some of them in action, like even today at work, there's one in particular that's fucked up my shit in the past. And I've seen her today wanting to be like a health and safety representative. And like just the way she was carrying on and that, I'm just like, you're fucking useless. Like, you shouldn't even be in the role you're in. It's like, why are they letting her do this other stuff? And I can just tell she'll get to a stage and she won't be able to handle it and she'll fucking break down again. It's like they've they've made some people redundant and they've done a bit of culling, but there's still all these girls getting around with clipboards doing fuck all. It's so annoying. I just wish I had the money to do my own thing. Must be fucking unreal for these people that like say if you won lotto and then just started your own business and it was just something simple where you just rocked up to work every day and didn't mind doing what you were doing and you didn't have to deal with fuckwits. Just did your own thing. That'd be fucking unreal. I could just see myself just opening up a little sports bar and just chilling out and yeah, you're not having to listen to some fuckwit telling you what to do and they can't even do their own job. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good to be there in those early years. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm a tired boy, and feel pretty lit as well. Streamers, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Imagine that. Yeah, you just go in a booth and you're sort of connected to everyone like around you and like globally. It's just like all these booths in other pubs that have like the same connection. So yeah, cheers, peeps. Give us the old like if you haven't already. I'll probably be back again tomorrow this time. I'll what did I do tonight? A hazy and a wine barrel stout. So yeah, I'll try and mix it up and do something different tomorrow. Yeah. I reckon a score for this one, I'd probably say, probably the same score I gave that last beer, about a 4.3. It's decent. Like, I'm not usually a huge fan of like wine barrel stouts, but yeah, this one was pretty decent. So I feel like that's a good score for it. Yeah. Thanks everyone for chiming in. Good to see same sort of people about again. Always enjoyable. And yeah, as I said, I'll do probably two more tomorrow night. And I've got a couple of collabs planned with people, so hopefully they end up happening this weekend. But yeah, cheers, legends. I'm out of here. Tired lad. Catches.